Bill, there are plenty of people here who would like to see you on Twitter, and this may be the president-elect who gets you to do it. I'm sure you've been following what the president-elect has been tweeting this week. He's been talking about companies in specific and talking about the relationship with Mexico, as well as we sort of try to navigate all of this uncertainty. Are we getting the contours here of a trade policy from what we've seen from Donald Trump this week?
Well, we're about to get perhaps, or we're getting what we're seeing in terms of tweets. I think it's interesting, David, that some of these pre-term policies, he's not in office yet, where he's basically cajoling, if that's a nice word, companies to move production back in the United States. I think that's fine, but it reminds me to some extent, does it not, of policies in Italy long ago, associated with Mussolini and government control of corporate interests. And so, I don't want it to go too far. Let's. Okay,
but Bill, come on, Bill, Mr. Gross, Mr. Gross, I have to interrupt there. This is too important. Are you suggesting that we are seeing a fascism light or some form of new neo-fascism with the policies of our president-elect?
Well, I'm not going to go that far. That's your term. I was going to put out a tweet and say none dare call it fascism, and so I don't dare call it fascism. But to the extent that he pinpoints certain corporations and certain industries and makes them change their policies, based upon statements and threats, it reminds me, yes, of policies long ago, which, by the way, were supposed to make the trains run on time and did for a few years, but ultimately the trains weren't running.